name is Chris Rexted. I've been teaching 4th grade for 18 years. 12 of those years have been the whole brain teaching way. Come along on this adventure as I show you how to set up your classroom so that you can have the best experience with whole brain teaching. As we get started, that first day of school, that first week, or whenever you're starting the whole brain teaching adventure, I'm going to teach kids the core 4. These 4 elements are what we're going to be using every day, all day long, to get kids to learn the material we need to teach them. So for example, we start with the class yes. I say class, they say yes. We practice that back and forth. So as we move along, we talk about that for a couple of minutes, and then I teach them the teach okay. Anytime I want them to talk to their neighbor, I'm going to clap twice and say teach. Their response is okay. We'll do that a whole bunch of times throughout the day, and so that also will need some variation. But we'll talk about variation a little bit more as the weeks go on through the school year. Right now, as a new beginner, just start with the simple teach. Teach. Over and over again. Get kids used to that. When you start feeling comfortable, you can add some variety to the teach okay. Teach. And then they would do that same thing. The sky's the limit, and I'm sure you're much more creative than I am. After we talk about the class yes and the teach okay, we're going to get them into the mirror words. I say mirror words and put my hands up like this. They say the same thing. Then I talk in chunks using gestures. They repeat what I said using my gestures. I then can stop by saying mirrors off, or I can do this. Teach, which is the signal that they now teach their neighbor what we just talked about. And this process goes over and over and over again. I call them back with the class yes, I teach a little bit, teach, they say okay, so on and so on. And then we have the scoreboard, of course, which is our management system that's going to keep kids engaged and excited about school. That's the core 4. That's the 4 key fundamentals. If you have never seen whole brain teaching in your life and you want to start, this is what you start with. Start tomorrow. Class yes, the teach okay. Just start right there. Keep it simple. Don't try and do everything. Don't add variation the first couple of days. That first week, you master the class yes and the teach okay. Then maybe you want to add some mirror words. You go right ahead. Then another week or so later, you add the scoreboard. It's up to you how fast you want to go. It's a self-paced system, but you need to give it time for it to continue to work. And once the class yes stops working, class yes, then you need to start adding variation. And then practicing that. Practicing the proper way to do the class yes and the teach okay and the mirror words and the scoreboard. This is what you need. The foundation to whole brain teaching is right here, my friends. This is what you need to learn. Look on the website. Find out other ways to do it. Listen to other colleagues. Talk about it back and forth. You use these 4 pieces fundamentally over and over again, you will see a huge difference in how your class is run. And now for the piece that puts it all together, brothers and sisters, the Super Improvers team. You see, we have been getting kids to improve in school over time, trying to get them to move up and get better at grades based on other kids' high levels. Johnny down here, I want you to be up just like everybody else. Johnny can't make it that high, my friends. So we need to come up with something that's going to show him all he needs to do is improve on his last time and get a little bit better, and a little bit better, and a little bit better. That's the Super Improvers team. You see, it's all based on improvement, not reaching other kids' standards, reaching Johnny's standard, getting to the highest point that he can get, and then getting a little bit higher. So let's take a look at what we have. We have a setup here of kids' names. Every student is on white right now, which is a rookie. As they improve 10 times, they can move up to phenom. Once a student gets to phenom, they simply come up, get this blue piece of paper, and switch it out, and put it under here. And now it shows that this student is at the phenom level. They now work hard to get 10 more stars at the phenom level, improving on a variety of different things. This person could need help with their penmanship. They improve a couple of times on penmanship, I'll give them a couple of stars. Then we start working on something else. Maybe it's behavior. Maybe it's working on talking nice to their neighbor. Maybe it's raising their hand for permission to speak. It could be being nice to others. It could be following directions quickly. There's a myriad of things that kids can improve on. It could be academic. This student here needs help reading fluency a little faster. We time them at this goal. They break that record. That's an improvement. I'm going to give you a star. The whole point of the Super Improvers team is to work your way up from rookie all the way to living legend. You see, the idea behind the living legend is a student lives on forever. You've been to your favorite sports stadium and seen the players' numbers retired or their jersey retired or pictures or statues. That's what we have here. All around here, I have 4 years of past living legends that are sitting and watching over this current class that says you can do this. You can become a living legend. Not everybody's going to make it, friends. Not everybody can be a living legend. But if you make it up to star or superstar or MVP, you've improved 60, 70, 80 times. That is a big improvement. And the whole point of this is not how far did you get, but how far did I get? I'm trying to improve my own self as I move up the Super Improvers wall. And there's nothing better than having a former student walk in and say, there I am on the Living Legend wall. I made it. You too can make it. Little brothers and sisters looking up to their older brother and sister who was on the wall, and now it's their turn to make their attempt at becoming a living legend. It's a powerful piece, brothers and sisters, to get into your classroom and get those kids to improve on anything you can possibly imagine that they need working on. One thing that's really important to remember about whole brain teaching is that it comes alongside whatever you're already doing. If you've got curriculum that your district is telling you have to teach, whole brain teaching can dovetail very nicely right alongside with it. There's so much more out there on our website that you can take a look at. But this has just been a little bit of a starter video to help you see what are some key things I should be doing the first month of school. If you have any questions, look me up on our website and I'll be more than willing to help you. Power to the teacher, brothers and sisters.